I'm a 32-year-old woman, married to my husband Calvin, 34, for 5 years. We just had our first baby last year. Our daughter Harper is now 10 months old. Up until she was born, life was pretty stable. Calvin and I both work, have our own place, and we're used to doing things our way. Then came the part nobody warns you about: what happens when a new baby gives your in-laws a reason to act like it's their second chance at parenting. Calvin's mom, Denise, is 61. She's always been the type to take over a conversation, make things about her, and push her opinions like they were facts. But we didn't live close, and she never had real influence over our routines. Until Harper was born, suddenly it was like she got a full access pass to our life without even asking. The day we brought Harper home from the hospital, Denise showed up at our door with a giant gift basket and zero heads up. She walked in, didn't ask how I was feeling, and immediately started talking about how babies should sleep on their stomachs. That turned into her rearranging the nursery to make it more functional. I walked in to find the bassinet moved, wall shelves down, and new decorations she brought from her house up on the walls. That set the tone. It became normal for her to drop by without warning, bringing boxes of baby gear we didn't ask for, correcting me mid-sentence about Harper's feeding schedule, and calling her my baby in front of guests, over and over again. I'd try to laugh it off, but she wasn't joking. Not even a little. She hated that I was breastfeeding and kept pushing formula, saying it would make things easier for everyone. I had to start hiding the pump when she came over because she'd literally roll her eyes when she saw it. She even cornered Calvin one night and asked if I was being militant about breastfeeding just for the attention. The worst part? Calvin wouldn't confront her. He loves his mom and kept saying, she means well or she's just trying to help. Every time I brought something up, he downplayed it. I wasn't looking for a fight, I just wanted him to back me up. But that didn't happen. It wasn't just visits and comments. She'd whisper things like you're coddling her too much, or babies need structure, not all this attachment stuff. She started treating my parenting as some kind of trend I picked up on Instagram, rather than decisions I made with our pediatrician. None of it was said in front of others, always in those moments where she could hide behind a smile and that passive-aggressive tone. Then came the christening incident. Calvin and I are both non-religious, and we'd agreed not to have any formal religious ceremonies. Denise knew this. Still, she went ahead and booked a church for a Catholic christening, sent out invites to some of her relatives, and then mentioned it casually like she assumed we'd be fine with it. We weren't. She didn't take no for an answer. When we said we weren't doing it, she acted like we were ruining a family tradition. She kept saying it wasn't for her but for Harper's soul. Calvin asked her to cancel it. She said she would. She didn't. The church actually called us to confirm because she hadn't followed up. That was the only reason we found out she never canceled. Things started to escalate from there. She turned one of the guest rooms in her house into a full nursery, crib, wallpaper, everything, and told us she assumed Harper would be spending weekends there. We never agreed to anything like that. Harper was barely 6 months old. I told her we weren't planning on overnights anytime soon. She told Calvin I was keeping her granddaughter away from her. When Harper caught a mild cold, Denise blamed me. She said I was being reckless with new age parenting trends. I'd taken Harper out for a short stroller walk, wrapped up in mild weather, and suddenly I was the villain. She sent Calvin links to articles about infant care and copied them into a family group chat she made up, tagging me in posts and adding snide remarks like some of these might be worth a read for new moms. She also started making digs about my own mom. Funny how Harper cries less with me than with her other grandma, she said at one point. My mom is quiet and kind and doesn't play these games.